Thanks for looking in tonight. I'm Morella Porter. We're glad you chose Fox 10 News after college football.
What are we to do? We're going to have to do the very best we can. We're going to have to take steps that are going to be extremely disruptive.
With COVID-19 cases skyrocketing nationwide, some states are taking drastic measures to slow the spread. In California, curfews are in place. In Chicago, a new stay-at-home order is in effect. The U.S. now has more than 12 million confirmed infections just days before Thanksgiving. And local health leaders fear a significant jump in new COVID-19 cases recently could grow to be even worse than what we saw when coronavirus cases peaked this past summer if we don't get a handle on it soon.
For those that still have questions around whether masks work or COVID is some kind of conspiracy, that is just not under discussion anymore.
A stern message from Dr. Scott Chavers, head of the Mobile County Health Department's COVID response team.
How many people do you have to put in the hospital? And how many people do you have to put in the morgue before you get it that you need to be wearing a mask and you need to socially distance?
Alarmed by a rapid rise in new COVID-19 cases locally.
We are seeing increases in all of our metrics, meaning there is no good news right now on the COVID-19 front.
Dr. Chavers says in the past week, there's been a steady trend not seen in a while, hitting 120 to 130 new cases every day. The state health department marking Mobile County as a high-risk area yesterday.
Just to be frank, the reason that we're seeing increases in cases, hospitalizations, and death is because people are not doing what they're supposed to do.
Dr. Chavers fears if we don't get a grip on COVID now, things will worsen come flu season's peak in just a couple of months.
And what we're very concerned about is that we're going to overwhelm the hospital systems. The hospital systems here in Mobile right now are right on the edge. And if we keep going like we're going, we're going to overwhelm them and we're going to see mortality go up as a result.
And with Thanksgiving just days away, Dr. Chavers encourages people to wear masks and social distance from people who don't live with you. He says it's best not to be around the elderly or high-risk family members to prevent them from getting sick. Health leaders encourage people to get tested for COVID-19 and get a flu shot before Thanksgiving gatherings. And as Pfizer works on getting emergency approval to review their vaccine, local health departments are working with the state and CDC to make sure everything is in place to distribute those vaccines by the end of next month. Alabama will receive 540,000 vaccines by late December. According to the Mobile County Health Department, the first round of that vaccine will be offered to healthcare providers and first responders. The general public may not be offered the vaccine until early March or April. While Pfizer says the vaccine has a 95% efficacy rate, Dr. Chavers says its effectiveness can only be determined by people being willing to take it.
The data are going to be very transparent to look at it, make the decisions that's right for you. But there's a lot more to this than I think people realize.
The FDA could grant emergency use authorization for Pfizer's vaccine as soon as December 10th. And the Mobile County Health Department offered free rapid testing at 6 of their testing sites today. People who showed up were encouraged to make appointments beforehand, but walk-ins were also allowed. Even if you don't have coronavirus symptoms, you're encouraged to get a test anyway in case you're an asymptomatic carrier. And Baldwin County Public School Superintendent Eddie Tyler telling parents they have to do their part in the COVID fight. Tyler wants to make sure kids don't bring the virus back to school after the holiday break. In an email, Tyler told parents the schools will be deeply sanitized over the holiday, but he also asked parents to make sure they take COVID-19 precautions seriously during family gatherings. He urged them to make sure masks, hand sanitizer, and social distancing plays a major role during holiday time off. Mobile Public School Superintendent Cressel Threadgill also reminding parents and students to stay safe during their holiday by washing their hands, wearing masks, and refraining from large gatherings. Threadgill says any employees or students who test positive over the break should let the school system know so they can stay on top of contact tracing. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas in downtown Mobile. The big tree is lit and the annual ceremony was changed to keep up with COVID-19 safety guidelines. Masks were required and many of the activities were cut. Mayor Sandy Simpson and the Salvation Army headlining the event to spread the spirit of the season. The tree will be decorated through the holidays before transitioning into a Mardi Gras tree. Although it looked a lot like the holidays last night, it's still pretty warm during the day, cooling down at night. It may not be the ideal weather to take a dip, but a beautiful day for a walk on the beach. Now, Matt, we've settled into this fall pattern. Will it stick around through the holidays?
Yeah, we got some little bit of ups and downs as we head here towards Thanksgiving, but generally the weather is going to be pretty good. I'll go ahead and show you this here. First off, today, I mean, it was spectacular. I saw a beautiful picture there from Dolphin Island. It was a nice beach day. Yeah, maybe not to get in the water, but certainly a great day to take a walk down there by the water. 80 at Berkeley Field today, 81 Pensacola, 78 Milton. So warm day in spots, getting low 80s in areas. Right now, mostly in the 50s, a lot of 50s, some 60s still on the board right now. 59 in Mobile, 57 Lillian, Pensacola, you're still at 64. Evergreen's dropped to 53. Here's what it looks like on the satellite radar. There's a few clouds around, but otherwise pretty quiet. No rain out there for us this evening. Here's your planner. Takes you through the night and on into tomorrow morning. You see those temperatures dropping off into the mid-50s. So it'll be comfortably cool as we start the day. And it's going to be another spectacular day coming up for us tomorrow. We'll have another crisp morning there. Those temperatures in the mid-50s. Then we'll warm back up into the upper 70s again tomorrow afternoon. How about your holiday forecast? We do have some rain in the forecast this week. I'm not going to tease you like that. It doesn't happen on Thanksgiving. I'll give you the details coming up in just a few minutes.